And this telescope is more than 1 million miles away from us. Its journey took 1 month to travel there to get to its point. It's orbiting at a stable point that is 1 million miles beyond Earth, and it will sit there for at least the next 20 years to hunt for those planets that may resemble planet Earth. So we've already started doing science with this and started looking at some extremely interesting exoplanets. And so one of those is Wasp 96b, which I will show you. And this is the first time that I've shown JWST data in public, so it's extremely exciting for me. But Wasp 96b is a well-known planet that has been observed previously using the transit technique. And we observed this for the early release observations because we kind of know what to expect from the atmosphere. So we have sort of a ground truth to compare it to. But we wanted to see how amazingly well the James Webb Space Telescope, or JWST, could do this. And so with NIRISS, we were able to observe the spectrum of this particular planet, and here we have it. So we have on the x-axis here the wavelength, and as I mentioned before, at different wavelengths, you see different amounts of dips in the brightness of the transit. And that's what we see on this axis here. And so from this, we can interpret the absorption features that we see, and we actually observe water in this particular case. And so this is just the beginning of what the James Webb Space Telescope is capable of doing. And we will use this in order to try and find more planets that could resemble planet Earth. And so recently, as part of the early release observations, the James Webb Space Telescope observed what's called the deep field, which I will show you. And this is an observation or an image that's put together for 12.5 hours of observations. So if we go to that deep field image, I will show you just how incredible it looks on the sky. And it is, in fact, what is on my dress. Not that I'm selling these, but I just want everyone to know in case people ask me later. So we looked at a patch of the sky, much like Hubble did about 25 years ago or so, to see what we could see in 12.5 hours of observations. And this is it. This incredible, amazing, deep field image from just 12.5 hours of observations. And within this image are hundreds and hundreds of new galaxies that had not been previously discovered. And this telescope is going to give us the capability to look to the beginning of time. The wavelengths that it was observing are already allowing us to look back at galaxies that were formed at the very beginning, just after the Big Bang. And so within this, I like to believe that we will find another planet Earth. And with that, I will thank you for listening.